Fires have engulfed landfills in several cities in Indonesia, with authorities suspecting that heaps of plastic waste caught fire amid the prolonged dry spell triggered by the El Niño climate pattern.
인도네시아 일부 도시에서 쓰레기 매립지 화재가 발생한 가운데 당국은 엘니뇨 기후 패턴으로 촉발된 건조한 날씨가 장기간 이어지면서 플라스틱 폐기물 더미에 불이 붙은 것을 원인으로 보고 있습니다. So one thing caused another and it led to these fires at landfills.
Yes, and the big issue is there's methane gas in these landfills, because in a landfill you've got organic waste, and when the organic waste decomposes, when it breaks down, it produces methane, and methane is very, very flammable, which means firefighters are finding it very hard to put these fires out. So, for example, if we look at the Soekarno-Hatta International Airport in Indonesia, that's located 3 kilometers from one of these fiery landfills. They had to divert flights because the smog from the fire was coming over the runway, so no plane could land.
그러니까 한 국제공항 같은 경우에는요, 이 쓰레기 매립장에서 3km밖에 떨어져 있지 않았기 때문에 여기서 나오는 연기들로 인해서 몇몇 항공편이 divert several flights. 그러니까 경유를 해서 다른 쪽으로
had to go to a different airport.
그렇게 조치를 취할 정도로 공기가 상당히 안 좋았다고 합니다.
Yeah, so we're seeing a number of these in Central Java and West Java. There have been 7 of these landfill fires over the past few months. There are fires in East Java. This seems to be a really big problem, and of course, with the dry season continuing, with it being prolonged, well, we don't know when this will come to end, but certainly people living in the areas are struggling because of these fires.
네, 엘니뇨가 이제 이렇게 장기간 건조한 날씨를 만들고 그 건조함 때문에 그 다음에는 이 쓰레기 더미에 있는 플라스틱 같은 것들에 불이 붙으면서 불이 지금 여러 군데에서 났다고 합니다. 자, 표현을 좀 보도록 할게요. So fires have engulfed a lot of landfills.
Yes, if something engulfs something else, and we often use it for fires, it means they're surrounded or they're covered completely. There's fire everywhere.
Yeah.
We see in a big Hollywood movie like the Towering Inferno or Skyscraper starring The Rock, where the whole building is engulfed in flames, meaning surrounded by flames. So it's quite a scary word. Then again, on social media, you sometimes see videos of people playing with whole families of puppies, and they get engulfed by puppies. 20 puppies suddenly start clambering over them. So we can use it in a positive sense, but often it's going to be for some kind of disaster or fire, something being engulfed by fire.
네, 여기서는 A engulfs B. A가 B를 에워싸는 건데요. A가 fire고 B가 쓰레기 매립지입니다. 그러니까 쓰레기 매립지가 완전히 이 불에 휩싸인 느낌이라고 보시면 되겠죠. Prolonged dry spells. 뭘까요?
Prolonged means extended, longer than expected, longer than normal, longer than it should be. So, for example, this dry spell should have finished, but it has lasted longer thanks to El Niño, so it has been prolonged.
Exactly. 그 건기, dry spell이 prolonged, 점점 이렇게 오래 장기화되다 이런 뜻이죠. 예문을 주신다면은요.
My mother complained about the prolonged wait for her doctor's appointment. It was meant to be 10 a.m. and she was still waiting at 11.
우리 어머니가 병원에 갔었는데 너무 오랫동안 기다려야 해서 굉장히 불편해하셨다, 불만을 제기했다 이런 얘기인데요.
I should say my mum's fine. She's not having to go to the doctor.
예문입니다. 네. 그래서 prolonged wait라고 하는 게 대기 시간이 점점 길어졌다는 얘기입니다. 자, 다시 한번 읽어볼까요? Fires have engulfed landfills in several cities in Indonesia, with authorities suspecting that heaps of plastic waste caught fire amid the prolonged dry spell triggered by the El Niño climate pattern.